Hello everyone, this is Bamadele from Delaware Studios. You're welcome to Java programming. This is the concluded part of the subclassing in Java. We'll be looking at the manager class, the admin and the director, and also how to instantiate in the caller class, which is the employee test, and how to call the methods needed. So let me complete up the manager class. Over here, the manager extends employee. Okay, as a private field or a private variable called department name. Okay, we're going to create a method called manager that takes up to 5 parameters. It takes up the employee ID, the name, the SSN, the salary. In Java, you must input the data type of your variable, and also the department name. Okay, the integer should be in small letter int. Okay, now we're going to call on the super keyword because we have some of these parameters in the employee class. So that's where we're going to call it from. Employee ID, the name, they all situate in the super class, the SSN, and also the salary. Okay, for us to finish this up, we must include the new parameter, which is the department name. Okay, so I'm going to be this keyword department name. Okay, equals to what? The department name. Finish it up here. Okay, something if you noticed, we have an error here telling us that constructor employee cannot be applied to the given types. So let's move to our employee and find out what's happening. Oh, our constructor is still empty, so it's actually not calling anything. It's not saying those fields that are those parameters that I called from the superclass. So I'll need to quickly input some things into the constructor of the employee. This is the ID, the string, which is the name, the string again, SSN, double this time, salary. Okay, so I still need to instantiate them. This keyword, employee ID, equals to what? M ID. This keyword again, name equals to name, this keyword SSN this time equals to SSN. Another one, this keyword salary equals to salary. Okay. With this now, I can easily move back to my manager's class. Okay, you notice that the error you find there is gone. So there's one more thing I need to create, one more method. I need to create a method called public string. Definitely is going to have a return type, get department name. That's the method I need to create. So what is not going to return is going to return department name. Yeah, that's cool. So with this, I have my manager right on point. So I will need to create another class called admin. I just want to have multiple class to work on. I call it, create a new class called admin. It's gonna be short. Okay. So in my admin class, my admin should extend employee. Okay. Should extend employee. Okay. Extends employee. I'm going to create a method called admin. Still coming over there, which is going to have the same parameters. Okay. String name, string. If you're watching this tutorial, I would like you to type as I'm typing. This is going to help you a lot, because this is very, very important Java programming. For you to get acclimatized with any programming language, you must cultivate the habit of typing. Okay. Calling on my super, which has some similar parameters up there, so that we can or we should not repeat ourselves. Name, SSN, and salary. Okay. I finished this up. Okay, let me quickly create another Java class called engineer. We'll see how to call these in the caller class. Engineer. Okay, that's another Java class. Engineer. This is also gonna extend employee, and my constructor engineer is going to have some parameters. MID, string name, string SSN, string. Now that's going to be a double salary. Okay, so I'm going to call on a super keyword, which is going to have this MID, name, SSN, and salary. Close it up. That's fine. So let me move to my employee test and start to run a lot of working attitude there. I will just have to take this off because we actually used it in our previous lesson. But now we got to create the classes as per the practice, as per what we practiced. Okay, so engineer, we're going to instantiate the engineer class. We give it a variable called eng, and this new keyword is very important when you are instantiating a class from the caller class or from the main class engineer. Okay, close it up here. Now we have to pass in some parameters, which is going to run into the constructor of the engineer class. 101, the name Jane Smith. This must be in par with what you declared. The numbers, let's call it 012 34 5678. Okay, and also 120 salary underscore 345.27. That's double. Can you see? I've instantiated and I've also passed in the value, the name, the number, the ID, the phone number, the salary of engineer based on this parameter. Sorry, the SSN based on this parameter over here. That's gonna enable me to instantiate it and pass a value into it. We can as well do the same for manager, which I will just copy these, paste that, change this to manager for the manager class, change this to MGR, change this to manager. Okay, in our manager, give this 207, give this Barbara Johnson, okay, the SSN, change this to 054. Okay, the salary scale changes to 109. Now there is one more parameter needed, which is the department. I can call it US marketing. Pretty nice. So I still have my copied. I want to instantiate the admin, I paste this up. I change this to admin. ADM, new admin. Okay. Now I'm not gonna let it have the same, because let me call it Peters. Let me change this to 456 and also the salary to 200. Okay, with this I'm good to go. But a quick one, I want to create a method that will enable me. I'm going to create a static void method Okay, we need to create a new method called print employee. It's going to take a parameter called employee. So this is going to specify the particular type of employee. Is it an admin, a manager, or an engineer? Okay, so what's going to happen in the code? I'm going to do a system printout. system.out.println. Okay, this is just going to print a blank line as separator. Okay, so system.out.println. There's a label that holds the employee ID. Okay, I concatenate it up with the employee. We're calling the get employee ID method. Okay, now get employee ID method. If you notice, there is an error that tells us that the get employee ID in the employee class is not present. So let's move to our employee class rather, and create our get employee ID. Okay, I'm going to create it this way. I'm going to create a method called public integer get employee ID. Okay, so it's going to return the ID. That's fine. Okay, try to import the different Java classes we talk about: the admin, the employee, the manager, and the engineer. Because it's a static method. So let's continue. Let's continue with what we're calling up here. I'm going to create a system.out.println. Also create a label called employee name this time. Concatenate it with get name method. That's fine. I'm going to create another one, the system.out.println .println the label employee sec. There's a number, it's a certain number. I'm going to create a space. I'm going to concatenate it and call on the SSN, the employee.ss, the get SSN. Is that cool? Okay, so for us to call this system out.println, I'm going to come over here. Okay, I'm going to come over here and print. Remember, I print information about the objects you created. So now we call on this method and passing the appropriate employee. print employee. This is also another rule of polymorphism. You can see the way we're passing into, we're manipulating the object of a class, passing different types of objects into a method. Employee, we call on the admin, the instantiated variable we made, print employee, we call on the manager, MGR. Okay, so with this now, let's run and let's see the output on the console. You click on the run button. Fine, pretty cool. Look at what you get to see. Employee ID 101, Jane Smith, the name, and the SSN number. Also for PTRs, also for Barbara Johnson. We actually did a lot of subclassing and also applied the rule of polymorphism into this Java class to really make it worthwhile. Created a lot of Java classes in admin, employee, the engineer, the manager, and use the employee test, which is going to be the caller class, to call on all these, thereby instantiating each class, giving it a unique name, MGR and admin, passing the parameters into the constructor so that we can be able to utilize some methods in each classes, and also we print out the needed fields into the console. Feel free to go through this, and if you have any question, please leave a comment in my YouTube comment section, and also endeavor to read more on Java programming, on subclassing, and also on polymorphism. Thank you very much for listening. Catch you in my next lecture on Java programming, and don't you forget to subscribe to my channel. Bye bye.